Okay. Hi, I am Natalie Havens, ninth grade counselor here at Spanish River. Welcome to Coffee with the Counselors. Our topic today is community service and information on the SAT and ACT. We have a couple counselors here with us today. We have Mrs. Solid.
Good morning, welcome.
We have Mrs. Loyacona.
Good morning.
We have Mrs. Garney.
Good morning.
And Mrs. Bustamante. I believe Mrs. Abramowitz might also be on. So those are all our counselors. Again, if you have any questions, you can type them in the chat bar and one of our counselors might get back to you. We will also take questions at the end after the recording is done. So we'll go ahead and get started. So our community service, here's the information on it. This presentation is going to be emailed to all families after this. It also will be posted on our website. So you can click right on the presentation to look at the guidelines. It's also listed in our website already. And any community service is non-paid volunteer work for a nonprofit organization. The form is located on our website. We also have a hard copy in the blue and silver suites that students can pick up anytime. And hours have to be logged onto the form. A direct link to get onto that form is listed right here as well. And you'll see on the form, there's a little photo of it right here on this slide, just for reference. But you'll see Mrs. Gorin, she's our AP who's over the community service. Her email is listed on that form. What you'll do is email that form with any hours, and some students like to do it each month, each school year, but they can do it as often as they'd like and email it to Mrs. Gorin. I do advise for them to keep a copy, even if it's in their email files. That way, if they ever need to confirm or anything gets lost, they have an easy access to a copy of that. And we do ask that all hours are turned in by December 1st of their junior year. So that's 11th grade. So just as some advice, we've given you some community service opportunities on this coffee talk. They are listed. We have some listed on our website. Another good link to go to is volunteermatch.org. You can put in your zip code and it will match up to different volunteer opportunities. There's discover.pbcgov.org that you can also go to. And there's a couple ones that have been pointed out to us that we have put on here. There's one called Blessing Blankets Made with Love. And this one needs volunteers, and they've marketed it like you can get community service hours from your couch. So if the student goes to Miss Danino, she's in room 1121. She has all materials that she can provide, and it's basically sewing blankets, I believe, for pets. So that's community service that students can earn right from their couch if they're up for some sewing. And then there's also Peggy Adams Animal Rescue League. That one you do have to be 16 years and older, but there's the link for that. A couple coming up, March 10th, there's volunteers needed for Sunrise Park Carnival. And then there's an Easter egg hunt, March 25th, that needs volunteers. So the information is right there. A couple other ones that we wanted to point out. There's an All People's Day Diversity Festival, March 18th. So that's coming up. Again, you do have to be 16 years and older. And then there's one right there, the Spartan Volunteers. I received that one recently, so I put that on here. It's Saturday, April 22nd. And the contact is right there, Allison Carlin at Spartan.com for any volunteers. For college entrance exams, so the Scholastic Achievement Test, the SAT, there is a reading, math, and writing section. There's a maximum score on each of these sections, which is 800. And for more information, you can go to collegeboard.org. The PSAT and SAT. The PSAT scores arrived in December. So if your student took the PSAT here in October, the scores arrived in December. The SAT was just recently on March 1st, 2023, and students should plan to take the SAT and ACT the spring of their junior year. There is a code provided on the PSAT score report. Do not discard that. That's helpful information. You can access it on collegeboard.org and then go to the PSAT My College Quick Start link, and there's personalized feedback, practice and college planning based on the results. Khan Academy is linked up there, and it's a great resource. It's free, and students can use that to practice whichever questions they might have struggled on to up their score, to make their score even higher. For the ACT, the American College Test, there is a verbal, math, reading, and science section. A maximum score on each of these sections is 36, and there's more information at act.org. So what's the difference? So this was a question that we had been asked a lot in the past, so we kind of put the differences up here. Right now, the SAT is 180 minutes or 3 hours, and the ACT is 175. So fairly close in the time length at this moment for this year. The structure for SAT is the reading, writing, and math, while ACT has English, math, reading, and science reasoning. There's a no calculator section for the SAT, and on ACT, you may use a calculator on all the math sections. SAT offers more time per question, and ACT has a little less. SAT score is from 400 to 1600, while the ACT is 1 to 36. The SAT is administered 7 times annually, and same with the ACT. And that one was a quick one, but that's pretty much it. So what I'll do is I'll take off the recording, and if anyone has any questions, feel free to raise their hand on here. If you're watching, thanks for watching.